New Year's Eve at the Kahler Hotel, Rochester, Minnesota. Those anticipation moments, my childhood imagination racing with possibilities as we are waiting for the big family drive to the immersive and prestigious Kahler Hotel experience. My father's annual gig at a huge party filled with the sights and aesthetics of what could be dreamed of as a 1940s Midwest ballroom, decked with big band swank, rock, blues, soul, the sounds and energy of everyone celebrating all that has come to be forgotten at the year's end. Forgetting the past and indulging in the moment, appreciation or perhaps yet even discarding all that had happened to accumulate to one true celebratory indulgence, in the moment, present and alive. Commemorating the fortunes of the future amidst a martini champagne hangover to inadvertently follow in the recess of dawn's laughter. Once inside the hotel, you are bewitched by the retro decor, classic elevators, shopping boutiques in the city skyway, and underground metropolis. The heavenly scent of cherry robust tobacco from the cigar shop, and music stores packed with traditional white plastic elongated cassette packaging. The bookstores with the size of baseball fields, and an impressive aesthetic look inside. Feel the presence, the sights, the star-lit sky. It was made to look like an outdoor indoor. And the sounds of the consumer coffee crowd reading the New York Times. And all the while, shopping my developing taste to a 1990s teenage formidable mind, with small yet impactful luxuries such as the cable, television, and me and my sister's hotel rooms, and the many amenities of walking distance, therefore. This was truly a Wonka-esque whimsical journey into the life for which we are perceived as refined, classy, and possibly obtainable. Me and my sister felt special on these trips, and we always made the most of it, regardless if minor troubles would follow. With glee and wonderment, daydreams afar, we packed up our bags with batteries, mints, cassette tapes, small games such as chess and Mad Libs, trivia, and of course notebooks to document or just jot down inspiration. Myself and my sister were captivated by the joy during these vacations. As children, and then well into our late teens, this tradition would continue. My parents going above and beyond always to provide memories I shall cherish until my last of days. As I ponder, I once wore Winnie the Pooh's slippers to the gala at midnight, setting myself astray from the formidable black tie and suit affair. Perhaps even wearing a Ramones t-shirt to boot. My dad's drumming and his band would be the soundtrack to those nights and shape our lives forever. Furthermore, the feelings of excitement were electrifying, and we felt like the VIPs since my dad was playing the big New Year's Eve celebration, a master of ceremonies, so to speak. For this, which was a reason for all who were in attendance, a big band played in the performance hall right around the corner. I waited with anticipation to pop the party favors and make noise to ring in the new year. I wish I remember the room service we got. It was a spectacular spread, no doubt. But if I have an inkling as to my intuition in 93, it was probably burgers or pizza. However, my love for shrimp cocktail, crab, lobster, salmon, that began much earlier in my life. Into the youth I was trained. This night, however, was one of magic and exploration. Long before streaming services and YouTube music videos and TV shows could only be seen in real time. Or I could set my VCR timer to record them if it was away. This was right around my absolute obsession with the Twilight Zone original series. A show that is and always will be my favorite. A favorite shared by my sister Bridget as well. We rode the Twilight Zone Tower of Terror in Orlando countless times, and those are some of the greatest memories I have. Some of the fondest of my life. So at the hotel, I knew they had a cable channel that was running an all-day Twilight Zone marathon. It might have started around this time, I have no idea. It was new to me at the time. We did not have cable TV at our residence back then, so being the geek that I am, I packed up the VCR with a few blank VHS tapes to record as much as possible of the marathon in EP mode to maximize length. I never knew how much love I was given at the time. My mind is much like it is now, restless, dreaming, and rebelling, really unable to savor the moment, or at least truly appreciate and absorb what it is. But I knew I was experiencing something timeless, loving special, and a Browningian memorial moment in my life. My parents used to tell me that I would hide in the tunnels of the hotel walls. How I had access to these scenarios is really beyond my comprehension. However, I do recall coming up with a Twilight Zone episode treatment based on this. The halls leading to my father's performance room had these small doors on both sides of the walls, clear down. It was a declining slope of a hallway, which I imagine those doors were for storage. They were not big enough to enter through. They were possibly 3, maybe 3.5 feet long. I was intrigued at this notion that I would knock on these doors back and forth, either side, left and right. And then you would hear a knock back. Thus would begin the story. The things we find fun in our youth. Allow me to indulge by reminiscing further on the stores inside the sprawling hotel complex, as aforementioned. There was a skyway system in true Minnesota fashion, as well as underground shops. The tobacco shop stood out to me as always. That sweet cherry tobacco smell. Even as a child, I was intrigued. The record store was my favorite, and I always was able to buy a cassette of my choosing. My parents are really cool like that. No matter how vulgar or obscene the cassettes I would buy would be. Bridget loved hanging out, no matter what, watching movies, exploring, and visiting with friends. She loved to be with me and my friends. It was so much fun. A real genuine soul she was. I often miss the opportunity I could have had to hang out with her more. As kids in the Kahler Hotel, we felt like we had a palace to stay in. It was like our kingdom. And we loved seeing my dad perform in the band. Me and Bridget and my mom at the table on New Year's Eve, feeling special and just so grateful for what we had and what we were experiencing. I and my sister Bridget would have fun roaming the giant hallways of the hotel, the skyway system, and the underground shops. It was a magical time. so much of an easier time now that I think about it. These memories above all I cherish the most. The family together and loving life with no cares of the outside world. My dad would perform as the clock hit 12, and we would all celebrate with our party hats and poppers. It's something I will cherish. I'm writing this on the eve of my sister's birthday. We miss you, Bridget McKern, and we celebrate you every day. Cheers to you, sis, and happy heavenly birthday. Your brother and pal forever, Ryan McKern.